So
Dame Dash went on, explain it. Dame Dash went on the Breakfast Club.
Dame Dash went on the Breakfast Club after he saw DJ Envy post a video around a lot of cars.
Right.
In that video, DJ Envy was replying to recent news that Dame Dash filed for bankruptcy, I believe.
Right.
Dame Dash did not appreciate the rhetoric DJ Envy said. Either that or he didn't like the cars. So he said he wanted to fight them.
Right.
But first he wanted to speak with them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where we initially start. He lets them know that, hey, out of respect, I'm going to have respect for you because we're sitting down at this table talking.
Right.
So I'm going into this thinking, oh,
we about to have a...
Yeah, it's going to be men. Put the differences aside. We're going to chat it up, see where we differ. Because for those of you remember, Dame Dash had a really famous, iconic interview with the Breakfast Club a few years ago.
Yeah.
That didn't go so well. Words were exchanged. People were standing. Glasses were taken off. And when I tell you, by golly, we got prime time Charlemagne.
Prime time Breakfast Club.
I'm talking chair sniffing Charlemagne. Prime time.
Chair sniffing Charlemagne is crazy.
You remember when he was sniffing chairs? Prime Charlemagne. Prime Breakfast Club.
Yes.
This had me out here really missing Angela Yee.
Yes.
She would have loved this. But this was just purely chaos. It was chaotic. And for those of you who did not watch the interview, it was about a little over an hour.
Please watch it.
Please watch it. It's really hard to explain.
We can't even
what happened.
explain.
Yeah, it was a screaming
because no
match.
questions were asked or were answered. I would say
no. It was more so. Yeah, no questions were answered. A lot of statements were thrown.
A lot of you're gay.
A lot of you're gay. You're gay. You talk about men's penises. You're gay.
A lot of you're broke.
Yeah, it was you're gay and you're broke for not being gay. I'm like, what do you think was the takeaway from that interview?
I think the takeaway from the interview is I feel like what Dame is and how Jay-Z and Biggs and Dame came into the game, how we looked at Dame at a previous time. I just feel like the kids will never kind of see who Dame is outside of the social media antics. I feel like this interview was hilarious, classic Breakfast Club. But for who Dame Dash is as a mogul, as a business entity, and what he forefronted for the culture, I just don't understand his methodology, especially when he has like the white artists. Especially when he has like Dame should be looked at higher regard than he is in our culture, and there's so many times where black figures and icons who have did the work and have, what do they say with the pavement? Like built the foundation and created a pathway for young black creators independently. It's going to get lost in translation of who Dame was, and I don't like that in 2025, where we already see that people don't look at our history and understand the power that we have. Dame is one of those people that I feel like have understood his power for so long and known how to capitalize off of it. These internet games, to me, is another way where he's capitalizing off of that, but I just don't think Dame is going to be depicted in history how he should.
Right, because I feel like the next generation, the one thing they always will know from Dame Dash is Count Dumbula. We're not going to talk about all the great things he did, all the moves he set in place with Jay-Z, all the movie.
Right.
People aren't going to talk about that. They're going to go to these Breakfast Club interviews where he essentially is just making
talking
a fool
shit
of himself, talking shit. And I agree. I don't believe that he believes majority of what he was saying. I feel like he was using these for clicks, for engagement. But part of that will always be the problem, that this is the way you market yourself. This is the way that you think you need to gain engagement by just inducing chaos. One thing I wanted to see what your opinion is recently we're starting to get a lot more verbalized opinions from men in the hip hop industry or in media, but men giving us their idea of what it means to be masculine. So from Young Thug to Dame Dash, really every 20 minutes in this interview. What do you think about Dame Dash's ideas of what it is to be masculine?
Did you watch the interview?
And do you think he was embodying his own beliefs on that podcast?
That's true.
I did not watch the interview.
Okay. Did you see clips?
I saw clips of it, but because I know somewhat of who Dame Dash is. To me, the clips that I saw, I feel like it was literally a masculine, like it was a dick swinging contest.
Yeah.
And it was a masculinity play to where it was just like, you're calling me less masculine than you because of XYZ. And it's just like, yo, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, me personally, from, you know, the basic knowledge of what I understand and know, I think just Dame Dash is just one of those people that does not like to look like a fool or an idiot. And he doesn't look like he's getting played in any type of situation. That's like, you know, like, I guarantee you after Charlemagne and Dame Dash went, you know, after they went at it on the cameras, once they cut the cameras, they probably was a more serious conversation. Was like, yo, what the fuck? You didn't say you was gonna call me all the way upstate New York to come jump in this booth just to fucking embarrass me and try to make me look, you know, little, especially with like, you got other moguls in New York like 50 Cent making moves. You know, recently I think you know,
They
50
talked about
Cent
that
is
as well.
50 Cent's been going crazy, especially with getting into his acting. But I mean, with Dame Dash, to me, I feel like Dame Dash feels like people should glorify him as like they do Diddy, and especially since I think recently I just found out that he just bought the rights for Paid in Full, so he's now going to be making a spinoff, and it's just like, bro, you not 50 Cent, bro. 50 Cent with BMF, like, bro, what 50 Cent did with BMF, you not finna do with Paid in Full. And to all the real Paid in Full fans out there, I know they probably waiting to see if this shit is gonna be hot or not. But yeah, that's just.
I mean, it. Let me say this: it kept me entertained for an hour. It kept me entertained for an hour. At the end of the day, what was the real purpose of it? But it was funny.
It was definitely funny. I won't say it kept me fully engaged for that hour. There's definitely a few parts where I was like, man, I can't watch this. I cannot watch this. They're just arguing over nothing at this point. They're just arguing for the sake of arguing. They did end on a good note. I didn't expect from going from a headache to on the verge of tears when he brought his OG up to talk about his wife who passed.
Right.
So there was definitely great moments of this pod, but I think the biggest thing for me is like Dame Dash was continually and repetitively saying that they were less masculine because they were not business owners. I don't understand why so many people have this idea that everyone has to be a business owner. If everyone owns a business, nigga, who is working? Some people are perfectly okay
with being workers, and that's not a problem.
And being regular people,
and that's not a problem.
There is literally nothing wrong with wanting to be a regular person. There's nothing wrong with that. And people like Dame Dash who belittle and demean people who just want a regular life. Not everybody wants the stress of going on the verge of bankruptcy, trying to fund $1 million projects that may or may not work out because you have too much pride to take a loan when you can acknowledge that you have the money to pay that loan back. Those loans are looked differently from people who need to take it because they need it and don't have the money to pay back for it. A lot of those, what Charlemagne was trying to mention, a lot of the rich people in that industry take those loans so they don't have to waste their own money because they know that either they can pay it back or what they are going to make in profit will be able to front that cost. So I feel like him just solely relying on, oh, I'm doing this because I'm masculine and where I come from. I think that's just a cover to hide bad business moves as of late. That's what it seems like.
Speaking of bad business moves, I just looked it up on my phone. It says Dame Dash declares bankruptcy to avoid paying a $5 million debt. It's a cover-up. That's crazy. Because you don't want to pay $5 million.
But the white people do it all the time, and I feel like that's
that is true.
I feel like that's what he was saying somewhat in the interview. Like, y'all need to learn from what these rich white people were doing. So in certain aspects, I definitely understand what Dame was saying, but it was an unproductive interview to say the least.
The funniest part to me was when he kept threatening to walk off because they were interrupting him, but then he would never let them get more than 2 words off. Like, the whole thing was just jokes. Charlamagne and DJ Envy was sitting there laughing the entire time.
Right.
I fell out my chair when he said, "Stop laughing, you just triggered me."
Whoa.
Ain't no way I just listened to this grown-ass man
say that,
who's been calling Charlamagne gay this whole podcast, who has been talking about masculinity, who's been talking about popping this nigga in the face, just say, "You triggered me because you're laughing."
That's what.
Add Dame Dash to the list of people who are not serious. Y'all are not serious people. That was the best part of me. Donkey of the day, hee haw.
For sure.